Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new series on this channel. And in this series we're going to cover everything you need to know about every creature. We've done the explorer notes, we've done the artifacts, and now it's time to do the creatures. So we're going to cover everything. So how they behave in the wild, how to tame them, and of course how or what they're used for after that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to start with the first animal alphabetically, which is the Achatina. Now in the wild, these guys are pretty basic. I mean, they just roam around, mind their own business, although they will get attacked by basically everything. And in order to cope with that, they have a little special trick up their sleeve, because they can tuck into their little shell, which will make any aggressors lose aggro and just walk away. And when the danger is off, they'll just come back out of their shell and continue wandering around like if nothing ever happened. Now when you find these in the wild, you might see that they leave behind these small little white round things, and you can actually pick those up and they give you Achatina paste, which can be used as a replacement for cement paste, which is of course really important in the later stages of the game. But we will get more into this when we get to the usefulness section of this video. Now taming these are very simple, but you gotta find them first, right? Now, they're not found everywhere. The most common place they're found is the swamp, anywhere in the swamp. And you can also find them in the redwood forest, although they're a bit less common there. And if you want to make your life a real pain in the ass, then you can also go to the swamp cave in the redwoods, and you can also find them down there just roaming around. Go for a low level one, because you will find out soon that these guys' levels does not matter at all. They require sweet vegetable cakes to tame, and because that's a kind of expensive thing to make, you want to spend as few of those cakes taming them as possible. So go for the low level ones, don't bother with the high ones. When you find one, just pick it up with a bird and find somewhere safe to tame it. Doesn't really need to be a taming cage, although you can of course make or use one that you have. Although I'm just gonna drop it at this safe rock in the middle of the swamp here and knock it out. Knocking it out is just a standard knockout tame using a crossbow and some arrows, some trank arrows, and yeah, you don't need darts for this one. Although one important thing when you use arrows though, do not go for the headshots. That would be the logical thing, as you do that with most creatures, but on these guys, this will happen. Yeah, so you want to shoot at their shell instead. It might seem stupid, but it knocks out pretty quickly, as you can see. This one only took 2 arrows. And when you knock them out, it is very simple from here. Put some sweet vegetable cakes in their inventory and just wait. It would be smart to also bring some narcotics, because you can see the torpor on this guy goes down pretty quickly. Although that all depends on the taming rates, of course. So when they finish taming, just give it a name and bring it back to base. Simple as that. Now, what can you use your little snail for? I mean, you can't ride it, obviously. It's too small for that. And you can also not really have it following you around, because it's a snail, it's really slow. But they have a really special purpose. So what you want to do is make yourself a cage, and then pick the snail up and throw it in there. And close the gate behind it, and set it to enable wandering. Now it will start producing cement paste, or Achatina paste, in its inventory, although it is going to take a while. I left this one to sit for about 30 minutes, and it created 38 paste in its inventory. So you now have your own Achatina paste, or cement paste if you will, factory in your base. However, because it takes so long for them to make paste, and because the maximum amount of paste they can produce at the same time is 100, you don't want to just get one of these. In order to make the most out of these snails, you want to get a bunch of them. I made a room with 20 that looks like this, and this way I can get 2,000 paste every time I check on them. So every 2 hours or so, when they have made 100 paste each, I will get 2,000 paste when I go through them, as you can see here. Now there is one downside to having this many snails though, because they still only need cakes, or eat cakes. Like, you cannot feed these guys berries in order to, you know, not make them starve to death. As you can see, I'm trying to feed it berries, but nothing happens with the food stack. The only way to keep them fed up is to use veggie cakes, meaning if you have 20 of them like I do, you have to make 20 cakes and feed all of them 1 cake each. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but to be honest with you, it is worth it, because you make a lot of paste right from your base. And that pretty much covers it. So if you did find this one helpful, make sure you like the video so that other people have a higher chance of finding it, and also subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. And if you have any suggestions or wishes for the next animal I'm gonna make a video on, then please leave it down below, because for now I'm just going off alphabetically, so it might be a while until that creature comes along. But if you write a creature down, I will prioritize that. And that is it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.